Good Monday morning, Mount Olive Church. I want to give us our morning devotion this morning. Yesterday we talked about um, yesterday we talked about how that we can overcome anxiety through several different things. One is joy. The second is being gentle, having a gentle spirit, calming the fires. Third is prayer. Fourth was having an attitude of thanksgiving, and fifth was to reprogram our minds. And Alyssa did a good job of talking about that. And so, you look at those things, and that's four different or five different ways to attack your anxiety, depending upon what the source of your anxiety is and why you're being anxious. And so, most of the time, it's negative thoughts, and it's thoughts of doubt and depression and lack of control. And that was in Alyssa's testimony, and that's what most of us all struggle with as Christians. We still struggle with that. And so, one of the ways that the Lord brought out yesterday was our prayer. And the problem sometimes with anxiety, when we go to God in prayer, we go to Him in prayer, but we pick that burden back up. Yesterday I carried a bale of hay around, and I talked about when I was a teenager, and actually younger than that, and I had to help my grandfather put hay up, and how heavy that hay bale is, and how you had to really get down and pick it up and throw it. We got to get down and just pick that bale of hay up. And so that was an illustration of our prayer life. Now, the verse comes from 1 Peter 5:7. Casting all your care upon Him, for He careth for you. There's three C's in that describe our prayer life, okay, that helps us in times of anxiety. The first C is casting, and that's what I was talking about, the hay bale. When you throw that thing, you have to let go of that hay bale at the right time, and you have to completely let go of it in order for it to land on top of the stack. The same as when I had to learn how to fish. Zip code, I think it's what it was, 33, on the original fishing poles. And what you have to do is you have to push that button in, and you pull that pole back, and then you've got to throw that lure, that hook, and then at the right time, you got to let that button go. That's called casting. And so it's to throw and release. And so that's what the Bible's saying about your burden. Cast it, throw it, and release it. Completely give it up to God this morning, on Monday morning. Casting all your care, every bit of your care, your concerns, your burdens, your pain, um, your problems, your issues, in prayer. Completely give it all to God, no matter how big and how small, and let go of it and let Him have it. That could also be your sin and your shame and your um, being controlled by the power of sin. You can pray and confess and throw that completely on the Lord, and He'll forgive us, and He will lift that burden. Amen. And He will change us. But we've got to completely surrender it to the Lord. Casting all your care upon Him, and then here's the last part, for He careth for you. We have confidence that God cares. That's why we can go to prayer. That's why we can overcome anxiety. And I didn't do a good job yesterday in my sermon. This point, should have really brought out. That helps us in times of our anxiety because we know that He cares. God cares. There's no reason to be anxious. God cares. He loves us. He cares for us, meaning He wants to tend to our needs. Have confidence in those troublesome times that I can cast all my cares upon my Lord, and He will help me, deliver me, strengthen me, because He cares for me. Somebody needs that this morning. I hope you have a blessed day today.